This might be a little bit scattered because I'm trying to do it really quickly before I go to work, but I'm going to go through all of the things that I have written down about how I keep my teeth white naturally. I did get a little bit head start because back in 2008, I went a little crazy with Crest White Strips. There was a period when I was using them quite frequently, often overnight, which is not good for tooth sensitivity. As a result, I had a literally glowing smile for years. But for at least a decade now, I've simply been maintaining the whiteness through lifestyle alone, with the exception of the toothpaste I use. I use what used to be called Crest Vivid White. It is now called Crest 3D White. In particular, I use the one that's blue and sparkly because I like to have a slightly viscous lather, if you will, to make sure it spreads nicely over all of my teeth. Nothing bums me out more than a toothpaste that goes watery after just a couple of teeth. I use a retainer every night. I soak it in water with 1 tablet of Retainer Bright, but that doesn't clean it perfectly. So when I feel like my retainer looks a little too dirty, I'll use an ultrasonic cleaner called a Smile Spa along with a tablet of Retainer Bright, maybe once every 2 to 4 weeks. My teeth also appear whiter by contrast because I eat a lot of vegetables that are rich in carotenoids, specifically beta carotene. My skin has a slight golden tint. It's more obvious when I'm not wearing a sunscreen, but I don't bite into anything that has the slightest potential of transferring pigment onto my teeth. So really, from day to day, the only things I bite into are bread, as long as that bread's not pumpernickel, the unfrosted side of a Pop-Tart, presuming that the filling is not purple, raw carrots, raw celery, a sandwich with no condiments. You get the idea. I also avoid eating anything colored that might, while I'm chewing it, for lack of a nicer term, slosh around toward the front of my teeth. So this includes purple grapes, gushers, anything of that nature. I avoid soups like the plague. And while we're talking about liquid, I do not drink any colored beverages. The only beverages I drink on a regular basis are water and flavored water. Now, if I drink flavored sparkling water, I make sure that is at least 15 minutes before I'm going to brush my teeth, and I try to rinse with tap water afterward because the carbonation is actually from an acid, and so it can eat away at the enamel of your teeth. And the enamel is very important for keeping your teeth shiny. A couple other things I do to reinforce my tooth enamel are drink tap water, which has fluoride in it, and use obviously fluoridated toothpaste. How I brush my teeth. So when I brush my teeth, as far as toothbrushes, I take a 2-pronged approach. I brush the gum line with an electric toothbrush that has a round head and dense bristles, because a head that is shaped differently and or has gaps between the bristles may not get every single millimeter, which is what I want to do. And then for brushing the main surface of the teeth, I use manual toothbrush, which is soft and compact, to fit into my mouth and to be gentle on my enamel. I also floss because besides keeping your gums healthy, you get rid of the possibility that stuff on the margins could be causing a little bit of discoloration. I take small bites because that, again, reduces the risk. They're going to have things hitting up against your front teeth. So small bites that I try to push toward the back of my mouth help me prevent that. On the very rare occasion that I do drink something colored, I use a straw, but even then you have the backflow towards your front teeth. I have to take back one of those things I said now, because starting either tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to start drinking a beverage other than water, which is unsweetened vanilla almond milk. Obviously, it's white, so it doesn't have a high staining potential, but I feel like having the residue from any beverage could make my teeth less shiny, so we'll see what happens.